So, Hellboy 2019 is the story of Hellboy, who is like a demon, but not an evil demon, and he has to fight demons, but not good demons.
Are they demons? Some of them are demons. Some of them are weird, fantasy, random, witchy
Yeah, just
creatures.
Monsters, but for whatever reason,
yeah.
he's been raised correctly, so he's not evil.
Yeah.
Right by the Chapel of the Virgin Guadalupe, just to make it proper.
He had become unholy, vampire, a creature of darkness beyond salvation.
Creature of darkness beyond salvation? You mean we don't all just deserve a little gentle handshake every now and then?
You're different. You always have been.
What did you think, Hellboy 2019?
Oh,
It's a mess, isn't it?
It is a disaster. I really got Suicide Squad vibes from it. It's not as bad as Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad.
But it has similar questionable choices and weird narrative decisions and bad editing.
There is definite
terrible dialogue,
studio meddling going on, and you can just feel it.
Yeah.
You just know that there's like clashes of people being like, no, I want to do this, and somebody's just like, well, what about this? This will be cool.
Unlucky for you too. If it weren't for the dead, I never would have found you. They keep blathering on. Especially Mom and Dad.
Oh.
They say hi, by the way.
Sorry. I didn't know.
Why would you? Maybe if you'd given a flying fig and checked in on me once in the past 20... What? No, he doesn't. Just let me deal with it.
There's weird random elements in there that don't fit a narrative. It's like, this will be a cool scene. Like, at the very start of the film, Hellboy goes to Mexico or like a South American country and investigates where one of his agent friends is gone, who's like not introduced as a character. And they have a fight in a wrestling ring, and then it turns out he's been turned into a vampire.
Yeah.
And then it's really sad, and then that guy's dead, and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
That character's not even mentioned again. That plot thread doesn't go anywhere.
They almost give like a bit too much weight to it.
Yeah.
So you're expecting it to come back later or something like that, and there's just nothing.
Yeah. It's an excuse for like a really stupid CGI fight scene.
Yeah, where it could be witty.
What they should be doing is using that first scene to introduce Hellboy, what the character's like, which they don't. They just kind of drop Hellboy and it's like, this is Hellboy, everyone.
Yeah, if I hadn't have seen the Del Toro movies,
you just kind of, you have to accept the character. You have no idea what kind of character he is or who he is or anything like that.
Going down.
One of the really good things the Del Toro film does is build up to the reveal of Hellboy. Like the way it works is very similar to Men in Black, I think, where it's like they have like a secret society or
it feels very Men in Blackish.
And like this, what the characters introduced to the organization, and they build up to Hellboy through like, this is what the organization does.
Yeah.
This is just, there's a secret society, and then 5 minutes later, hey, we're going to go visit this other secret society.
Yeah.
And there's like a third secret society I think they go to later on as well, and it's just, here's these secret societies that do shit.
Yeah.
And
I could have done with a recap.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen the other two Hellboy movies once.
Yeah.
And that was both like when they came out. So it's been a good 13 years since I've really known anything about that
2008, world. Wasn't it? Hellboy Golden Army or whatever.
Yeah. And especially considering this is supposed to be a reboot and not like a continuation. So I'm not expecting like Uncle Ben levels of like retreading it, but just like something.
Yeah.
To like sit me back in the world.
To introduce the world. They do, the very first scene in the film is like, it's what are they? It's not a flashback, but it's it's in historical
But that's
times,
like Miovic, isn't it? That's sort of her. Like it gives you more information about her than it does Hellboy.
Yeah. So they introduce her character and like the central villain in the film. They introduce more than they introduce Hellboy, which seems like a mistake.
No, it is. It's very clearly a mistake.
Betrayed by her most trusted witch, denied her.
No mortal weapon can harm me. Excalibur.
This is no mortal weapon.
But I think we knew exactly what the film was going to be like.
That opening sequence, is terrible.
Because it's like, it's Ian McShane, and he says something like, it was 1,500 years ago, or some fucking thing like that. And it's like, oh god,
you're just like,
swearing in the first scene.
No.
Just random F-bombs dropped everywhere.
The year is 517 AD, known as the Dark Ages. And for fucking good reason.
And it's a film that's set primarily in Britain, so everyone's got like a Cockney accent and they swear all the time. The other main villain in the film is the main villain is Mila Jovovich as Nimue, who's like an ancient witch or something.
Yeah.
And the other main villain is I don't even know. It's like some kind of pig hog thing.
Yeah, it's like the underling of Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what happens is at the very beginning, you're told that Mila Jovovich is like the big bad, and she wants loads of evil things to happen. So people cut her up into loads of little pieces because she can't die, and they put those little pieces in different corners of the world. And this pig guy is collecting the pieces of her and stitching them back together.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like an underling.
Yeah.
But
he wants to get revenge on Hellboy, and he thinks the way to get revenge on Hellboy is to fulfill this.
Yeah.
You know, bring this witch back to life rather than just kill. Well, I suppose he hasn't got the power to kill Hellboy.
Even though she wants to work with Hellboy, she has no intention of killing Hellboy whatsoever.
Yeah, oh gosh, there's that scene where, like, she's on the sofa, like, in pieces, and, like, the pig guy is like, oh, I want to... I don't know what to call him. He's like some kind of... He walks on hind legs.
I'm running through it in my head, and it's just fucking awful.
It's ridiculous. And he's like, oh, I really want to kill Hellboy. I want to get revenge. And she's like, yes, you'll get what you deserve.
Yeah.
And you're like, red flags, mate.
Yeah,
red flags. Come on.
It's like,
she's going to betray you.
What? So you're going to kill Hellboy? He's like, I'm going to give you exactly what's coming to you.
Exactly. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Why wouldn't you just say it?
Well, not for much longer.
What about my other hand? Are you certain you can retrieve it?
Yeah. And you'll restore me as you promised.
Don't worry, you'll get what's due.
All good things come to those who wait.
And I wouldn't say the CGI is particularly bad in this.
No.
It's not. It's okay. It's serviceable. You mean, it's fine. That pig fellow is just so ridiculously over-animated. The face, like every syllable that he utters, the facial expression is so exaggerated and over the top. Like, it's really hard to articulate why it looks so bad, but it looks completely unrealistic.
I think it looks like he's running at like 120 frames a second, and everybody else is at 24.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like with everything,
and it's jarring as well. I think one of the things that the film really suffers from is the lack of practical effects. I think for most of the characters in the original Hellboy, it is mostly costumes and like masks and things like that are used. Obviously, Ron Perlman as Hellboy is heavily made up, but it all looks real.
Yeah.
In this, it's really jarring to have like that pig character who's completely CGI and to have like a Cockney voice coming out of it. It just doesn't feel right. It feels wrong.
Yeah. There are, just off the back of that, I have to mention there are practical effects in this.
Yeah.
And when they have practical effects, they do look pretty amazing.
Hellboy himself looks fine.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's quite as good as Ron Perlman's Del Toro makeup, but it's fine.
Yeah, because with David Harbour, you could definitely tell that his abs were fake.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks like a fat guy with abs painted on, basically.
And I don't remember thinking that with Ron Perlman.
Even though they were.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't, he's like, 70 or something like that. He didn't work out so much. But...
Yeah, and there was a sequence with a demon called Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Which was incredible.
That was
the
good,
special effects in that sequence were really, really good.
I think they use like a contortionist or something to get it just right. I think I
got real Pale Man vibes about that scene though.
Yeah, that was good.
So that's one of the scenes that I would say is worth watching just for that scene.
Yeah.
Because everything about that scene is great. There's another scene which I loved, which is when Hellboy fights three giants.
Yeah.
Which I thought was amazing, but they ruined it by having it was a Muse track called Psycho.
Yeah.
So it was just like, edgy, like rock music playing as he beats these giants, and it was just ruined.
I was just so aware it was a green screen.
That scene didn't look good. It was just
high
octane fun.
The problem with that scene as well is it's not part of the story. There's three, because Hellboy goes to Britain ostensibly because he wants to help the secret society fight three giants. It turns out they betray him for some reason that's never explained. Because he's going to bring the apocalypse about.
She has always wanted to kill him because her destiny was to stop the end of the world, and she thought he was going to bring it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
God, Alex.
And what really annoys me when they ambush him, and it's like Hellboy goes, "This is a perfect spot for an ambush."
Yeah.
And so with the guys planning initially, like wait for him to mention it's a good spot for an ambush, and then we'll ambush him.
Yeah, so let's ambush him at the bridge, not like in the open fields on the way to the bridge. Like, make sure we've got a place where he can get cover.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also they ambush him right by where the three giants are real.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's not a ploy.
Before they destroy the three giants, they're like, let's kill the guy that's going to help us with the three giants.
And then the three giants kill all those guys, and Hellboy's like, "Oh, you needed help with the three giants."
They didn't play that well,
no,
did they?
I think that was a definitely. Why didn't they kill him in the basement of that place?
Yeah.
Like, because that's like undercover, nothing's going to interrupt you there. They would have gotten away with it.
I bet the other two, like however many people there were, when that guy did the ambush line, they were just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Brian, you were supposed to wait. Why did you fucking tell him about the ambush before we killed the giants?"
It does feel like that scene's from an earlier cut where something else was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it was like, never got to get these guys out of the way. We're just
that's
kill
probably
them.
why it looked so fake.
Yeah.
It was sort of, they didn't have the like proper plates or whatever to do it.
Yeah, it just seems like there's some weird script stuff going on. But anyway, getting back to my point, sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Well,
The fight with the giant was just like completely inconsequential to the plot. It was just, there's these three giants, Hellboy's going to fight them. Oh, now he's fallen over and he's exhausted, and now we're going to introduce some more characters.
Yeah, because I bet somebody would say, oh yeah, but at the end of it, he's picked up by British girl.
Yeah.
And that's how they meet. But it's like,
she
didn't help him with the giants or anything, so it literally could just be like she parks up next to him on a street and goes like, "All right, Hellboy."
Alice is the only person that I trust, all right? So, want me? She comes with.
But I think there was a lot of love that went into the making of the movie.
The production design is outstanding.
Like, I think all of the actors and maybe even the directors were aiming to make a good film, and there's a lot of like earnest craft there.
Absolutely.
But I read online that the producers were like trying to direct it on set and getting in people's way and stuff like that. So I don't want to say like I don't want to say anybody involved in it is particularly terrible, because I just feel like this was fucked up in post.
There's some weird choices, like the amount of like really heavy gore and stuff in here, which just feels really out of place. Because it's an R, but it's like, why have so much gore in there? You know.
Then like it makes me think of the first poster.
Yeah.
It had something like cool AF.
Yeah.
Like cool as fuck for the kids, and you can just hear the studio meeting.
Yeah. It's the random British edgy gangster shit they've got. So they have the actress who plays Big Mo, who used to play Big Mo in EastEnders, and she's running a chip shop, but really it's a front for the secret society. And then like she's in it twice, and then the witch turns up, and then she gets an Uzi out or a submachine gun and just starts shooting. Yeah. And it's.
And you would think if she's like a trained guard for like the secret
she would
society
know
against demons and stuff, she wouldn't get an Uzi.
Yeah.
She'd just get like a Jabberwock or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some kind of like magical weapon. Like they have no defense against her apart from Hellboy. It seems like any weapon they can use is Excalibur.
Like that is literally just like a symbolic stand.
Yeah.
Which honestly, how much did she get paid?
But it looked cool. It looked cool, Barry. She was firing a submachine gun.
I need to see some ID, love.
Do you think she gets paid for her work in the fish and chip shop, and then she gets like a bouncer's premium?
You would hope so, wouldn't you? Like two.
Or do you think she just gets paid as a guard, and they're like, oh, by the way, you've also got to work in this fish and chip shop? Or she get two wages?
Do you reckon she used to work in the fish and chip shop, and then they built the secret society underneath, and then were like, hey, do you want to be part of her organisation?
Yeah, maybe.
Because she looks like she should have worked in the chip shop.
I wonder if it's in the comics.
Maybe.
If anybody ever watches this, they might get a comment saying like, oh, actually.
In the comics.
Welcome back, Your Majesty.
So would you recommend Hellboy? Would you give it a hellorific or hellacious or...
Well, this is like the opposite of Patton.
Yeah.
Although this video is going to come out before that one, so, but...
Yeah.
This is one where it's kind of like a mess.
Yeah.
Like everything is wrong about it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really entertaining and really fun, so I would definitely like recommend it to anyone.
We had fun with it. I would give it a thumbs up as well. But that's what the thumbs up meant, guys. No, I definitely enjoyed it, but it was mostly laughing at some of the weird choices.
Yeah.
And just like Hellboy shouting at random things I thought was just absolutely hilarious. So,
and there are some genuinely good sequences in it, so I think anybody would get something out of it.
Every night I bring her Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. How my baby loves those Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. I try to win her with candy, ice cream and custard. But how she likes hot dogs with mustard.